Hello and welcome to the final week of our half term. We hope you've enjoyed the half term so far. Thank you so much for all of the fantastic work you've been sending us. We've absolutely loved seeing what you've been getting up to. And thank you for all those messages you sent for the newsletter as well. We really loved reading your messages and seeing your pictures, and we hope you did too. Now you'll remember that at the end of this week we're going to be having a feedback Friday video, just like we did before, where we get to celebrate the fantastic work that you've been doing and share it across the whole of Key Stage 1. So this is a great week to send in any work that you're really proud of. We'd love to be able to share as much as we can. And if you haven't already, remember to follow that link and update your permissions, as we can't share anything without permission. Right, I'm going to be doing some DT now, so stick around for that. But whatever you're doing today, have a fantastic day, and we hope you enjoy this week. Right, let's do some DT then. So we're sticking with our theme of the snail and the whale and exploring and sea creatures. And I was thinking that today we would have a go at some origami, which is paper folding to make a fish. And I was thinking that when we're finished today, I'd love to see what designs you could come up with, perhaps using some of the art skills that you've been learning over the past few weeks with Miss Rachel, to just complete your product and make it look fantastic. So let's get started. Let me show you how we're gonna do this today. There are two things you are going to need today, a pencil and a piece of paper. And this is a project that it might be helpful to have an adult helping you with for some of the bits as well. So first thing you're going to need to do is take this piece of paper and make it into a square. Now you can make the square as big or as small as you like. Probably the easiest way to make a square is to take your piece of paper, to fold it across like this until you get this lovely triangle shape here. Match up that edge really neatly, and when you've got it, fold it down. Now, like I said, this any of the steps today, but this one especially, it might be helpful to have an adult help you with, because the next bit here is to fold this bottom bit, this oblong here, fold it down like that, and then cut it off. So take your scissors and cut this oblong off, and that should leave you with a square. There we go then, we have our square that we're working with. Now, anything today, but including this square, it doesn't have to be perfect. The more accurate that you can make your folds today, the better, but don't worry about being perfect today. We're going for fun, not perfection. Right, first step then. We're going to start folding our piece of paper in half. So the first thing you want to do is fold your paper in half this way. Now when you're folding, try and fold your paper lightly at first, and then when you've got your corners matched up, okay, which can be quite tricky, so you have to be patient. When you've got your corners matched up, hold it and then press down with the back of your hand to make that fold. And then if you want to make it even stronger, then you can run your finger across the fold. So there we go, we've folded our paper in half. My year twos hopefully will be thinking to themselves, yeah, that's half, they're two equal parts. And let's do the same again, but the other way as well. So we're gonna make the same shape, folding in half that way. So you should see now that we've got fold lines down the middle and fold lines across the middle this way as well. Now we're going to carry on folding in half. This time we're going to fold corner to corner. Now you might already have one of these folds if you used an A4 piece of paper and you cut off that oblong at the beginning. So just make sure that folds nice and strong, and then same again with the other side. Line up that corner, line up your sides. Again, don't worry about it being perfect, but try and get it as accurate as you can. Okay, there we go. Run our fingers across that to make it nice and strong. So you can see now that we've made ourselves a pattern. We've got lines going across the middle and cutting our square in half. Next step then is still focusing on this idea of halves, but this time we're going to take half the piece of paper and fold it into half. So we're going to be making quarters. So this is the fold that we're going to be making. So you want to take your piece of paper, take the edge of it and fold it into the middle like this, okay? And then same again on this side. So take your paper, fold it into the middle, a bit like you're creating some wardrobe doors, okay? So that you've got two bits that open up now like this. Once you've done that, and it's really helpful to pay attention to your lines that you've got on your paper. This will be useful the whole way through. We're going to do the same again, okay, but now with this shape. So take your end here and fold it into the middle. Again, same on this side too. Take your end and fold it into the middle. Right, take a pause there and admire your good work with all of that folding, and then let's move on. Okay, next step. Now, this can seem tricky, but we're going to go really slow and I'm going to help you with every step, okay? So just have a watch yeah, if you need to ask for help, go for it. But I think that we should all be able to do this. So fold out those two folds that you've just made so that they're just kind of hanging there by themselves. And this is where we're going to take our pencil. And this is just to help us to know where we're doing this fold. So if you look, you can see that we've got a middle line across here. And what you want to do is start in this square here, we're looking at this square, and draw from corner to corner a line that looks like that. And do the same from this point to this point, okay? So we've got two lines there, and that's going to really help us. It's going to really show us where we need to fold. So watch what we're going to do. We're going to take this flap here and we're going to bring it out and fold it along that line. Now that seems tricky until you have a go, and you'll realize that the folds you've already made really help with that. So you'll get a nice pointed corner like that and fold it across, okay? And then just make that edge fold there nice and straight too. And you'll see that what we've created is, it's like the corner of a box. And we're going to do the same on this side. So take this flap here and along that line that we've drawn, create a fold. Again, you'll notice, look, we've got a nice corner there. Just follow that corner down into the middle. And then press it nice and flat and straighten up your side as well. Okay, so it's like you've created the end of a box there. And we're going to do exactly the same thing over here. Okay, so draw that nice line from corner to corner just to give you a guide for where you're going. Then take your flappy bit, fold it along that line. Okay, feel into that corner and then come all the way out with your finger to the middle and then push it down. Okay, straighten up that side and then do the same on the other side. Take this middle bit, okay, fold along that line, start in the corner, work your way back down into the middle. If you have to do a bit of an adjustment, that's fine. Okay, press it down, straighten up that side, and what you should see now, if we press everything back down, is that it's almost like we've created a box, okay, with our sides to our box like that. Right, great job on that step. So once we've got this shape with these folds, watch what we're going to do next. We're going to basically squash our box down. So imagine this is your side of your box, and you're going to take this edge here and bring it into the middle, okay? And you should find again that this is not too tricky to do. Look, if I just push this, you'll start to see that it does it quite naturally because I've already made a lot of helpful folds. What you might find is that you have to pull out these triangles at the end because they can get a bit stuck, okay? But once you've done that, should fold nice and easily into almost like the bottom of a boat shape. Same again with this side. Okay, so watch, you can just push straight away with your hand like that and see it starting to come into the middle. Again, you might have to pull those triangles out so that they're happy to be folded. So give them a nice pull like that, right into the corner, and then fold it into the middle so you've got a shape like that. Great, we're getting there. And this next bit is really fun because we start to see the shape of our fish really coming together. So turn your shape now this way. And this is where we're going to use our pencil again because it's going to be really helpful to give us a guide for where we're going. So just like we did before, it's this square here that we're going to draw a line across like that from corner to corner, from the middle going outwards. Okay, don't worry about being too neat because you're just using that as a guide. And then take one of your flaps, and again, you shouldn't find that it's too difficult to do. Just pull it down like that, and you'll see that where it's sort of sits in the middle there, that's where you want to fold it down. Okay, so fold it down like that. Okay, and again, just take that one, bring it up. You'll see it almost sits like a shark fin coming up out of the paper. But just fold it all the way over and you'll see that it makes that kind of shape. Super, so that's what we're looking for there. Now exactly the same on this square here. Draw your line up like that from corner to corner, from the middle going outwards. But this fold looks a little bit different. Again, not too tricky. But you've got to think carefully about it. So what you want to do is keep it this way up, and now you're going to be folding across like that. Now have a look what it turns out as to give you an idea. Okay, so you're folding across the piece of paper like that, still along that line, folding across like that, and then you'll notice you get this flappy bit here. This is going to actually be one of the fins. So just fold it out of the way. It should already feel easy to do that, and you should have created this shape here. Okay, that might take you a little moment to get your head around what's happening there, but hopefully with that line to help you, you should be able to work that one out. Okay, we'll do the same this side, so watch again. So we're folding across like that into the middle, and then that fin going backwards that way. Oh, that one's going that way, that one's going that way. Now you can start to see the shape of our fish really shaping up here. Okay, so that's going to be the back of our fish. Final step. Okay, you've done so well getting up to this point. Well done for keeping at it. And look, you can see that, look, my folds aren't absolutely perfect. Some of them are overlapping. That's absolutely fine, okay? This is about practicing a new skill and having fun while we're doing it. So final bit, pick up your pencil again. And this time you want to make a line from the outside across the square to the corner in the middle. Okay, so the opposite, like you're making a cross from where we've done before. And we're going to be folding along that line. So take your fin here and fold it into the middle like that, along that line that we've just drawn. And you'll see that this corner comes all the way into the very middle of the piece of paper. Push that down to make it a nice strong fold. Don't worry about making it super flat, it's okay, and it's actually a bit better if it sits up a little bit. And then same again this side, notice that corner's coming into the middle along that line. So we're going to pick it up and move it across into the middle, just like that. and then we can squash down that edge. Now this is where it gets fun, because all of a sudden if we turn over, you can see that we've got a fun fish with a lovely square body and 2 little fins at the back and 2 fins up here. And this is a really good point for you to do some design work, for you to do some art, because this fish, as lovely as it looks, is a bit plain at the moment. So why don't you think about now you've got to this point, adding an eye on there. How could you make a fantastic pattern to make this colourful? Maybe you could use some geometric shapes, maybe you could do some dots like you've been doing before, but you've got that fish there. And if you've got bigger paper, you can make a bigger version. If you've got smaller paper and you want to cut it into a smaller square at the beginning, you can make some smaller fish too. Right, we'll leave it there. Well done on following that. I think that was probably the trickiest thing we've done so far, but well done if you've got to a fish at the end. Well, I hope you enjoyed that short DT project today. Folding paper is one of those things that can be really tricky, can't it? And doing it really accurately and neatly is a really helpful skill to have, but it's not something that we really practice much of the time. So doing origami and practicing making things with paper can be a really fun way to practice that skill. And there's loads of videos out there if you want to carry on and develop that skill a bit further. Just search for origami on YouTube and you can find loads of stuff out there. Right, we'll leave it there for now. Have a fantastic week and I will see you again soon. One final thing I've just remembered. After half term, I've got grand visions for some DT projects involving my new favourite craft material, toilet roll tubes. So, over this week and over the half term, I would encourage you to save as many as you can because we're going to be using them lots next half term, and I've got some really fun things planned, and we're just going to get really creative and have a go at seeing how much we can make with this one simple craft item. So hold on to your toilet roll tubes and yeah, look forward to what we've got after half term.